which is the one-time fee, and then you have like a yearly software license.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
And
which
then
we
ink
have on the poll pads too.
And ink.
Yes,
Correct.
all that. And then Hart has the same option, and to get the same thing from them, it's $12,022. Yeah, very expensive.
How about you just write on the ballot, Oak Town?
Well, so
Or, here's another
And
option.
what is the cost on putting them the way we have?
so we pay
Or,
almost
I mean, to pay,
40 cents a ballot right now is what,
Yeah,
and I
definitely.
feel like that's going to go up with the paper shortage and everything that we're going into. We did used to get 1,000 free. They took that away last year.
and how many ballots are we doing early voting then?
Well, so I think the issue is when you come to like a November election, the two ways that I see it looking at this is you either have to print 100% of ballots for the locality, and you would do them like you would send Oak Park ballots only to Oak Park, but that takes away the option of ever being able to like move them to another precinct. You know how we can pick them up now
Yeah.
and deliver them somewhere else?
We do.
Right, so if we do this here, we can use the precinct-specific ballots in the cap and still order the county-wide ballots for election day, not have to order 100% and still have the option of shuffling if we need to.
Early
Yeah, I
voting is
understand
only
that, but
done
that
this
doesn't
year,
answer the
right?
question on the either or. How many would we normally order?
So I've never had to order them specific for early voting before. We just come up with the idea. So like for this one, we ordered 1,500 ballots. I just broke into my third pack. So we're like, a little bit over 100
And that's early
for right
voting.
now. Yeah, typically the last 2 Novembers, we've seen 30% turnout early voting. But it's different every time within the precinct. We've never had to establish like how many per
How
precinct.
many?
But to make a decision between the two, you need to look at the net present value of the two different alternatives for cost. And there is a crossover point between continuing to order ballots from them for early voting or printing them ourselves.
Mm-hmm. And so
you
another
need
thing to
have-
consider. Oh, I'm
so
sorry.
you need to have some numbers to be able to make an intelligent decision on that.
And there's one other option. You could print paper ballots for the office for early voting.
But I can't print them without one of these.
You could use paper ballots and no scanner and just count them.
Oh no, that's not an option.
Why not?
150 ballots.
Because you still have to know, you would still have to sort them by precinct. So we would like take each person's ballot back and put it into a folder that says what precinct they're in.
Mm-hmm. That's all the,
Or write it on the ballot.
that's all the
when they come in.
machines doing.
I'm not being responsible for that. That's super risky. Like, what if you put it in the wrong pile? I think that's
You write
a
it on the
lot to
ballot.
ask of our staff. And you shouldn't be writing anything on anyone's ballot. I mean, I'm not saying
Why
we
do
have to
those
buy these
ballots?
machines.
Yeah.
I just think, so for example, the year that we purchased Hart in 2017, for like $16,000, you could purchase the software that went with it. So like Charlottesville has this. They create their own ballots, they program them, they print them all themselves. So like this isn't necessarily a problem for a place like that because they have that software. Madison said, what, $16,000 more dollars, we don't want to spend that. Well, we spend a couple thousand every election setting it up, buying the ballots, everything else. So like it would have paid for itself by now, but you had to look way down the road to see.
Then the proper analysis wasn't done when it was presented to the board of supervisors.
Correct, and they also had 2 weeks to
So
make
we're
that
not gonna-
decision
We're not
and
gonna do that now.
4 weeks to get it in. So right, that's why I'm bringing this now. I mean, the law changes just went out not too long ago, so that gave us the 100% that we have to do this come
When does it
November.
This November.
Yes, it goes into effect July 1. We won't have any election until November. But in November, precinct reporting has to be done. So it's, do you still purchase everything individually from Hart each election and take a guess on how many to buy for each precinct? Or do you spend money up front and cut out the waste. And probably
you
get
have-
your money back over time.
Depending on what they do with the law.
But that's, yeah, but that's not a good basis for making a decision right now, so if we can,
So what information do you need from me?
I need to know, it seems like you've got a pretty good idea on the machine.
Yeah, the
We
cost
need
I
to-
have, I mean, the cost of a ballot I have, the early vote numbers I can give you,
Yeah, I think we need to. look
but
at
it's only
those
gonna
and
be
then-
since 2020. I mean, we don't have a ton of material to go off
That'd be
of.
good.
No,
Yeah.
that's all we got, but so
Yeah.
we look at the early voting and then we can make the determination of what the cost, the relative cost of each is, and, I mean, I don't like paybacks, that's not a good financial analysis tool. That concentrates on getting your bait back, not on how big a fish you catch.
Can I make a proposal that you give Lauren a checklist of
Well,
things that you need?
why don't I come down with Lauren and we'll sit down and
Yes.
go over it and make a checklist.
Yes. And get
Pretty
the
good time.
information that you need.
Cause we gotta do something, we just figure out what, so that the board knows.
Right. I mean, my only quick action item is if I do this prior to July 1, I have money in this year's budget that can buy it. And if it's after July 1, we probably
gotta go
still
in for a
do, but have to
supplemental.
move a little bit or get a supplemental. So,
Well, that gives you 2 months, or no, 1 month,
mhm.
1 month and a week.
Let's do it within the next week,
Sure.
so it's off your plate.
I'm gonna
And if
stick
there's money
Jim on
there.
you. He can make an educated analysis of
Yeah,
it.
cause we're the ones gonna have to go before the board of supervisors.
justify it.
Yeah, it's an electoral board item, it's not a register item, I think,
Right.
which means we need to be more involved in the budget next year, so.
Do we need a motion for that, or are you happy with that decision? Annette, what do you think?
Let's go ahead and table the decision until the research is
Till
done.
Jim can do the research.
All
Jim,
right.
we can call a special meeting to get
vote
that
on
done
that.
if we've got cause our drop dead date on this year's budget is July 1, right?
Mhm.
And we need to get it done in June. June, I'll get it done before the 15th.
Okay.
So,
Does that work for you?
so was
If I can
the,
get a copy to those, that'd be helpful.
Sure.
the item on the agenda was to approve the purchase of the scanner?
So that's the first one that I already have.
I gave you a copy of the
Board
budget,
of Supervisors.
Yeah, I got the budget,
right down at the bottom, the capital increases.
And we
yes.
can probably just table it all if you want and do it all at once.
Okay, that would be simpler.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
Any other issues?
so the larger items already dealt with this.
Okay.
The only other thing that I have is my review needs to be done in June prior to July 1st. Typically, the board at the end of like canvassing for this primary or whatnot would meet and do it. There's a whole sheet that the Department of Elections has that I can email to the three of you guys just to look over, but I didn't know if y'all wanted to plan a date or time or something
What's the deadline
for that July 1.
We've got it on the calendar, for June 29th.
Yeah, normally they just like finish with the canvas and do it right after that, but completely up to you guys. Just wanted to put that on your
Yeah.
radar.
Yeah, we don't wanna have to deal with that in vote counting.
Our brains are going to be fried.
Yeah, so
There's
it's
7
scheduled for
days.
the 29th.
Tentatively on the calendar that we got,
Yeah, Jim needs a calendar.
that we got
Okay.
first of the year.
Okay,
Um,
is that all right with you, when we do it then?
Oh yeah, I don't care.
You know what the goal was, the goal was to do away with electoral boards. That ain't gonna happen now. But that was the plan, that local electoral boards would be done away with this year. And then
The review must be complete by 1 August,
Oh, am I wrong?
not
Okay,
1 July.
gotcha. Whoops, sorry.
Okay.
They normally do it.
Yeah, I wanna
after
remind
this.
you, I
Okay.
was here at 8:30 this morning because somebody said you need to be here at 8:30. I had it in my notes, So, and I've been given different deadlines for things, which is, I am flexible to a point, and I have a really long fuse. I don't get mad very often.
I'm sorry, I've been doing a lot of extra
I
stuff.
know you are
so
doing a lot of
my,
extra stuff, you
my
did a
days
great
run
job
a little
of training.
sideways.
That's
And
right. I mean,
whether
I really
know-
apologize.
Whether I know what I'm
Won't
doing
mess
or
up
not
the way
is
you
up to
fix it.
you.
Yeah, I've been a little overwhelmed.
But you've done a great job.
You have been.
I had no help the last 2 weeks.
That was good.
Very
training.
busy.
That was a good training session.
Thank you.
Yes, and it helps to go to both of them. If you don't mind, I won't be at the makeup one. Especially if it's, 2 hours early. I didn't mind.
Are we good?
Mhm.
Okay.
Should we
Move
adjourn?
to adjourn?
Motion? Second?
Second.
Okay. Done? See, we don't even have to vote. Oh, we
No,
need
that's
to-
right. One and two.
Okay, cool. Did you get all that?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Alright. What was the special occasion that brought you in here today?
Told you, said it's all light on, you figured it.
So-
would be a little-
At the record show, he wouldn't explain it.